All right. You guys see that? That is the face of somebody who had no idea what he was getting himself into, who had no plans, even though he pretended, I see I'm stuttering, he pretended he had plans, but somehow, some way, he is now this guy, and we have been doing this for 2 years. Hey everybody, welcome back to JT channel, and my wife called this Jerception, since my name is Jared. I like how it blacks me out completely. It's like that I'm a creative character you can't unlock. But welcome to our 2-year anniversary here on JT channel. This is insane. I know it's not like I blew up overnight or anything. I'm sitting at 154 subscribers, but this is really cool for me. I've been doing this for 2 years. What's going to happen in this video is I'm going to talk you through my thought process for this first video. We're going to rewatch it together properly. Not like I did last year where I kind of fumbled my 1-year anniversary. We're going to rewatch some stuff, talk about some videos that died that may come back. And then I have an announcement at the very end of this video, so stay tuned because it has to do with one of my new shows I'm starting next year. So first things first, this. Oh, God. So basically, last year, 2 years ago, excuse me, I watched two of my favorite YouTubers, Eddie and Juicy of the Boys, who I could not recommend enough. I could recommend them till I'm blue, or in this case, green in the face. Green gang. They both did this thing where they react to their old videos. Eddie likes to react to a certain section of videos every time. Juicy does this thing where he reacts to videos. Then he reacts to him reacting to videos. Then he reacts to himself, reacting to himself. You get the point. And he had one that was like 4 times me reacting to me, that by the end of it had me in tears because it was very emotional. And I'm not saying he's not an emotional guy, but he's kind of, they're all idiots, but he's kind of the idiot of the group. He literally used to eat sand. I say used to, he probably still does. But the point is, for him to go from the goober, the main goober, to being so emotional about his old videos, and him saying, if you want to do it, just do it. You just got to go for it. Made me grab a shitty Android phone, set it up, and record a vlog in the backyard of my in-laws' farm where we were living at the time. Over the last 2 years, of course, I've made tons of videos. I think I'm over 460 or something. I meant to check before I started, but hundreds of videos on the channel. It may not sound like a lot, but for me, it feels like a lot. And we've done everything from games to Trying to Laughs, which was early on, to tons of wrestling content and everything. And you guys have stuck by me. There's a few of you who watch all of my videos. I feel like I should buy y'all something. Christmas season just passed, but what do you want for Christmas next year? We'll talk. But yeah, it all started here. I decided that the first video I was going to do was going to be the day after Christmas in 2023. And I was just going to be in the backyard, which is this really pretty wide open backyard. And because I live in Tennessee, it was nice outside. It's nice outside today. And actually, I am wearing the exact same shirt. This is all you see in the video, is like right here. But it's my Wednesday shirt because I was obsessed with that show. I still kind of am. And I wore it. I walked around. I told you guys what to expect. So I'm going to show you guys something else real quick. This is a new, see this? I want this to be in the camera. My mother-in-law got this for me for Christmas. I'm a coffee guy now. I used to not be. And yeah, we're going to watch. I left the controller over there, so let me pause. But I'm going to sit here with you guys as we kind of watch my very first YouTube video together. It's about 5.5 minutes long. And yeah, I'm going to kind of react through it and talk through it and stuff like that. So also throughout this video, we're going to watch some stuff from videos I don't do anymore. I think I might have mentioned that, but I'm re-mentioning it. So we're looking at some dead series, some things I never went back to. And yeah, we're just going to do a lot in this video, I think. It might be kind of lengthy, but I'm excited. And then, like I said, big announcement at the end. So let's go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to JT channel.
Look at that facial hair. And the hair.
Very first video, and it is a vlog. An informational vlog to kind of get everyone ready for what this channel is going to be like. I'll do a quick introduction of myself and explain where I got the idea from, and then talk about my channel a little bit.
I still stutter. A lot.
So first things first, my name is Jared, also known as JT, so that's the JT and JT channel.
For the records, my ears are really that big. That is not any sort of zoom feature or anything. I have massive fucking satellite ears. They're just covered by my hair now. I promise. I promise my ears are that big.
I live here in Middle Tennessee. I am 32. And yeah,
I'm 34 now.
To be a YouTuber. You can see all the trees in the background. This is part of the backyard that I live in. I live over that cabin right there.
So, fun story. That cabin, is that cabin even still there?
I don't know.
The Papa, the person we lived with, her grandfather, is planning on selling that cabin. That is insane. We lived there for 3 years, finally moved to Nashville, so we don't live here anymore with all the trees and stuff. We live in an apartment in southeast Nashville, and that might be sold by now. Oh, and I used to wear both my rings on the same finger, and now they're on different hands. Not that you guys care, but updates.
And I just, I decided to do this. And it's been a couple of months since I made that decision.
True.
Probably winter allergies. That's a thing. A couple of months ago, I watched one of the YouTubers that I like, Juicy from The Boys.
Told you.
He did a video of me reacting to my old videos. And by the end of it, he was talking about, how he started all that, and it got to me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I want to play video games and do all that stuff. I had to put it on hold because I don't have a setup. And then another member of The Boys, Eddie, reacted his own videos. And again, I got really emotional. So I decided, you know what, I am going to do this. And I'm going to start with a vlog. So big thanks to them. Someday I hope to express my gratitude to all of The Boys. I'm name dropping like crazy right now. I think I've said that 3 times now. But
someday I am going to do a video where I explain this in detail. I just want the channel to grow a little bit. Not because, again, I'm not looking for clout or whatever. It would be super cool to work with The Boys or even talk to The Boys. But I'm going to explain one day how I found them because it's a hilarious story. Because I talk about Eddie and Juicy a lot, but they weren't the first ones. I didn't even know Eddie and Juicy existed when I first found The Boys. So we'll talk about that someday. It's real. I think it's worth talking about.
They're the biggest influence on me. So thanks, guys. Someday we'll talk more about that. Not today.
Still haven't been 2 years. Get on with the
What
journey.
my channel's going to be like. I'm going to start with this, vlogs, reactions, opinions, stuff like that. I'm going to talk wrestling.
I said I would do more vlogs. I went on to do like one more vlog, maybe 2. I don't do vlogs anymore. I thought they were a fun idea, and then I started to do them more. I did the Christmas vlog last year, and that video came out. The sound is all off and stuff, so I just never did another vlog again. Maybe I did another one when I hiked. I did a hiking vlog, but we don't live out there anymore. So like I said, I don't know if I'll do more. This was just my first idea. Oh, and by the way, this isn't, I'm making this up off the top of my head as I go, as I usually do.
Huge wrestling fan. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. So like all
that's
these things
true.
are
None of that's changed.
Wild right now. We got
I was wearing a Jurassic Park shirt before I changed into my Wednesday.
Godzilla has got -1 is out. Monarch is going on. GXK looks amazing. It's on its way. And then Jurassic Park's got a horror game.
For those of you who don't know, I reviewed Godzilla and Kong. What the hell is it called? The last Godzilla Kong movie. I can't remember. But Godzilla X Kong, I reviewed that. The one with Scar King and Shimo. So, go check that. Oh, New Empire. New Empire. So, go check that out. I do reviews on this channel. Sometimes.
Well, we got a horror game trailer. So, like, I'll talk about all that stuff. I'll talk about other games and movies and stuff. What I think about maybe trailers. I'll review stuff, I guess.
Mama's
It's
got
not a review channel, but
Mama's
I'll
got
give my honest opinion on stuff. I'm not super political, but I do have a lot of opinions.
Hey, for my political stance, I got 3 words for you. Fuck Donald Trump. Welcome to my channel.
That I may or may not talk about. We'll see. That's the thing is, it's going to kind of be based on whatever I want to talk about. That's how I'm going to start this vlogs.
I don't have this at a great angle. I promise I'm not.
Opinions. Well,
There's more of my face showing than I'm showing on this. See, that's better.
Eventually,
Look at that
gaming is
face.
the goal. As far as what do we do about my setup, the current setup I have right now is garbage. hot garbage.
I've got a better phone and a bigger TV now.
I'll do a setup tour if I decide to start doing gaming before I fix my setup. But I might wait until I have a proper setup. Like right now, I don't have a PC or anything. I just
still
have
don't.
consoles, TVs, and phone stands. You do the math.
Been doing that for 2 years
but
now.
That's the goal. I'm going to be playing, single player games that I always wanted to play. I'm going to seem way behind. Like, for example, right now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a 2017 game. Never got to play it before. I love it. I'm still trying to beat the 2016 Doom remake. That's a whole nother story for a whole other day.
Did that on the channel. Go check it out.
Maybe I'll catch up with new games.
And Eternal.
I've been wanting to play Lethal Company. I've been wanting to play, like, the newer, like, Security Breach.
Just for the record, in case you didn't hear me, I played most of Doom on the channel and all of Doom Eternal on the channel. And I never played Security Breach, but I did play the other 4 FNAF games. We might watch one of those videos.
I haven't played that, but I know it had a DLC a little while ago. I'm a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, but I've never actually played those games. I've never actually sat down and played Five Nights at Freddy's, so there's another
What'd I just say?
big example.
We actually played it.
I'm going to use all this in my hashtags.
Hashtag FNAF.
So, gaming is the goal. I don't
Hashtag
make a
gaming
whole lot
is
of
the
money
goal.
at this moment. December 2023, just to kind of...
December 2025, things are worse. No, I'm just kidding.
That's when this took place.
Things are still
December
expensive.
2023. But I have games I've always wanted to play, and, I'll get more games. Someday I'll get a PC and a proper setup and all that. But yeah, so that's basically it. I know it sounds like a lot. What's my channel going to be? Everything. But really, it's going to be, I'm going to talk about, like, big things in wrestling, big Godzilla news and movie news, just things I'm interested in. Y'all may not be. This is my channel, though, so, hopefully y'all will get into it someday. And then eventually gaming. So, until all of that, this is my very first video, a vlog in beautiful Middle Tennessee, with the sun almost directly in my eyes. So, thank you so much for watching. This is JT Channel. I am JT, and I'll see you next time.
I've changed that into I'll see you in the next one. But yeah, so if I can get in the frame here a little bit for a second. As you can tell, I just kind of was making it up as I go. I said that I was going to get to gaming eventually. And my very first FNAF playthrough, let's look. I'm going to pause. This was January 5th, 2024. So this was like a week later, week and a half later, I jumped right into FNAF. So this is a 10-minute video. I don't know if we need to watch that. This was the teaser that I did when I was going to play FNAF. Never got around to playing Custom Night, Ultimate Custom Night. I still haven't played that. I thought about playing it for this video. I thought, like, let's just jump into that. That'd be fun. But also, sounds like a terrible idea. But then I would go on to play Five Nights at Freddy's. I got to night 4. And here in this video, moving on, is where I explained that I just couldn't beat it and I didn't want to be stuck on it. My channel updates, of course. Let's have a chat. I did that twice. Episode 1, Pro Wrestling. Episode 2, I'm not good at video games. Everyone knows that by now. I lost that Illinois hoodie. I can't find it. This is where Picture Prediction started. It started with the 2024 Royal Rumble. That stupid fucking intro. So this was January 26th of 2024. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I actually thought it started later than that. But I was so happy with the idea. Like, don't just do predictions. Don't do what everyone else does. Pick who you want to win. Tell the people that watch your videos, hey, I want so-and-so to win this match. However, I think such and such is going to win. I think that's cool. This, you don't know who Green Dragon is. He's a buddy of mine, Green Dragon ZG7. He makes video games and plays video games on his channel. So I haven't played any of his games. A lot of his games are ported to Steam and stuff, not console. So check him out. Here's us playing freaking Minecraft. I couldn't get the screen right. But there it is. This, if you were to ask me what I think my worst video is, it is this.
I didn't mean to get jump scared by that. Alright, so that was part 1, the Godzilla incident.
So this is The Man in the Suit, which is a really cool analog horror thing that was put out by, I will tell you the channel. Maybe I will. It should be in the description. Maybe it's not. But you can just look up The Man in the Suit. You'll find it. I think it's Unknowingly is what that says. The point is, my wife was using our bigger TV, which we didn't have this TV back then. We had the 50-inch and a 32. The 32 was over by the bed. My wife was using the 50, or not the 50. Yeah, it was, yeah. Or is this a 50?
That's 50.
What's the room one in our bedroom? 55. Okay, sorry, I was right. This is a 65. The one that, before we had this, we were using the 50. And I was recording all my videos on that. But she was using it, and I really wanted to react to this because it was super interesting. So I jumped and was like, I'm going to go use our smaller TV. I couldn't get it in frame. I don't know if you can tell because of how I frame. Oops. Well, anyway, I couldn't get the TV in the screen right, and that TV was super dirty, so it just didn't work. That's easily my worst video. I haven't even finished that series yet, the Man in the Suit, just because of how bummed out I am. I made this video because there was some mascot horror game that came out that just made me like, how many mascot horror games are there? And then there's the Ask Me Anything. That was weird. Here's a bunch of this stuff. This has all changed. Obviously, my top 10 YouTubers and stuff has gone left, right, and center. MAW, this is something I do want to do someday. Not today because it's just not the right time. Plus, MAW's anniversary is in February. So eventually I do want to sit down and react to the very first episode of MAW right here, Trial and Error, which was a surprise because I was just going to start with the Rumble, but you can see all that right here. I do want to go back and rewatch that with you guys, not on my own time, just because MAW, I think, just like the channel, has come pretty far, and me doing my whole announcer gimmick as Rich Johnson has really been fun, and I want to see if I can tell any differences. Of course, this weekend MAW is going to return with Cold Wind Blows, which may be Sunday. It was supposed to be Saturday, tomorrow, but World's End is tomorrow. I thought it was Sunday. And also we're going to be kind of busy. So MAW will be back whenever it's back. The point is, MAW is coming back. We don't need to go through all these together, so I'll get to the next section here. So I want to talk about a couple of things on here, on this page. And that's Minecraft and Star Wars Battlefront 2. I was really into playing both games. I think what happened is that I got really busy and I couldn't really make time to play the game, and not to be Triple H. It has 24 views, but I mean, look, this one only has 8 views. This one only has 6. While part 2 and 4 have decent views, it just kind of felt like nobody was interested. And while I don't really care about views, I do have to be careful, because if I'm throwing a video out there that's not getting a whole lot of views, I can't be playing it too long. As far as Minecraft with my wife goes, I think that more became too much of a hassle, if that makes sense. Like, we love playing Minecraft so much that having to wait to get a video set up kind of took some of the air out of us. Plus, she has social anxiety. That's the title of the very first video, is I have social anxiety. So she wouldn't interact with you guys as much and talk as much, whereas I would try, and it's nothing against her. Like, she's right there. She knows I'm not trying to insult her, but it's just the truth. Trying to force her onto the channel didn't really work. And then I could tell that we both were like really wanting to play Minecraft and having to make us. We ended up doing other worlds off the channel, but then we were like, but we have to wait on the channel video. So we stopped doing that, mostly because of that. I think we got to 10 episodes or something. I don't even remember. But the point is, we'll talk about that in a second. We just kind of stopped. And since then, we played so many more Minecraft levels. Another video that's on the channel is that my wife and I versus the Ender Dragon, or defeat the Ender Dragon. We had never gotten that far before, so when we did, I wanted to record it and throw it on there. super fun video. We had a great time. I had a blast. Never, ever beating the Ender Dragon before. Some of you guys may not know about me, and I don't know if this is in the Minecraft videos or not, but I didn't start playing Minecraft until 2021. Like, I never understood the hype behind it. My wife and her brother got me to start playing it on the PS3. Yeah, PS3 in 2021. And then we got it for the PS4, and I fell in love with it on the PS3, and then I fell madly in love with it on the PS4 when I started to really get into creating, because my wife and her brother I'm really creative, but I wasn't Minecraft creative. Her and her brother were. They'd make whole villages and with streets and hotels and signs that lit up. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And I'd make like a box house with skeletons in it or something and think it was a haunted house and call it the coolest thing in the world. I'm going to insult myself here, but I made this dumbass concept that was a deathmatch arena. It was a big gray building, all square, with a cage in it that you could put like mobs in. But there were mobs that wouldn't fight each other, so what was I thinking? So back in 2021, 2022, when I first discovered Minecraft, I was still learning. Now that I've been doing it long enough, I actually have a lot of fun with it. I take my time. I come up with ideas. I get it now. So Minecraft and Star Wars, those are the reasons they kind of fell off. I'm way too far into Battlefront now, but if there's some sort of clamor for it, I could start over from the beginning and, do that. But you guys can go check it out, search the channel for it. If you guys want more Minecraft, I have good news. There is something that I really want to do that's currently going on in Minecraft. I don't know how long it's going to go on, so I'm not going to say what it is just in case I say, hey, we're going to do, and then by the time we get to it, it was like a limited time thing. So we'll talk about that if we talk about it. So I totally forgot about this. JT's Wrestling Review, JTWR. Do you guys remember that? For a short time, I actually believed that I could do weekly wrestling reviews of Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown. I was incorrect. Not only was it really, really hard to keep up with all these shows when you have a daughter, growing child, I also had my weird work schedule, which sometimes would have me home well into the shows, or I'd be too tired. And taking notes isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd just be like, oh, I can do this, but it was actually pretty tough for me anyway, because I want to watch the show, not look down and write something, look up, and something major happens, and I have to fucking go back and forth or whatever. There's even an episode of JT's Wrestling Review, where instead of taking notes, I just scrolled through WWE's YouTube page to remind myself what happened. I got lazy and I just gave up. It's as simple as that. That's why I'm switching to a completely different show next year. And again, we'll talk about that when we talk about it. Because I miss doing that stuff. But that's why I also switched over to picks and predictions and random wrestling conversations. I had a video, AEW did some stuff. That's back when they showed the Jack Perry CM Punk footage. I'll talk about whatever, Don't ask what happened here. This was a fine game, AEW Fight Forever, but I feel like it was a one-time thing. Like, I want to play it again, but every time I get the urge to, I also lose the urge to. Like, I'm not insulting the game. It is fine, but I definitely can't wait for them to make more games and get better. So two things that one thing I don't talk about all that much, and another thing that I try to talk about as much as I can, are these two videos right here. My coming out story and my brief experiences in pro wrestling. Those are two things about me that I make sure that most people know, is that one, yes, I did train to be a professional wrestler for almost 8 months. Doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, it is. And yes, I am part of the LGBTQ community. I am non-binary and I am pansexual. So you may not think that's important. I think it is. I think that the identities of people should be respected. So when I came out as non-binary, I made sure to include that when I became a YouTuber. When I made this video, I was like, I need to tell everybody how this happened, how I got here, stuff like that. As far as my experiences in pro wrestling, there will be a second video to this. There will be a sequel to my brief experiences in pro wrestling, because I feel like I left a lot of stuff out. I don't want to give away too much, but I do want to talk more in depth about what I went through, because it's still very fresh. This was like in 2022 into January of 2023. So it's been a while. I quit wrestling I quit training like 11 months before I even started my YouTube channel. So for me to still remember it so clearly is pretty cool. I trained under some amazing names, including Jerry fucking Lynn. How did I train to be a wrestler with Jerry Lynn? But yeah, I think it's important to talk about just because that I've been there. I've done that. So I just think it's something cool that I got to do. And I'm definitely looking forward to talking about it some more. This is another thing that we have talked about doing a little more is board games and poker. We played those together on the channel. Again, it didn't do great views. 21's not bad for how many subscribers I have. But I wasn't entirely sure how everybody felt about it when it was over. Like, it was weird, for sure, because we were just kind of playing a board game while the camera was rolling. But we've discussed doing it again with our friends. Well, their family is what they are. It's her brother. So it's her brother and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and niece and nephew. So while they don't play the games, it's all the adults that do. We have talked about it. We have discussed doing that. And sometimes we go over there and play like Mario Kart and Mario Party and stuff like that. We've considered maybe doing those recordings. It's just a little harder to convince them to do that and convince them to, well, not convince them, but then get the setup right, because getting the setup right, make sure everyone could see the videos is, it's difficult. So maybe next year we'll do another board game thing, or maybe you guys might even see Mario Party. Who knows? So I know it kind of feels like I'm doing the same thing I did last year, but I do feel like I'm talking more in depth about this stuff. But this still bothers me. Lunar Nightmare was so much fun that, like, I still remember all of this. This was such a good jump scare. Like, I still remember how bad it scared me. But then the game just stopped working properly. Like, there was something I was supposed to do, and I did it, and I couldn't leave the area I was supposed to leave. I even looked it up and saw videos of what was supposed to happen, and it wasn't working on here. So I would love to test it, one day, maybe test it off the channel, and if it works, bring it back and be like, hey, look at this. But that still bugs me, unfortunately. And then I wanted to show you guys, like I said, I do reviews. There's Terrifier 3, In a Violent Nature. I think I did Smile 2 as well. I saw these two movies back to back in the same day. So just more stuff I'm going to do next year for sure, as more and more really cool horror movies are coming out in 2026. Horror, I think, is in a boom period. It's been in a boom period since probably 2023, if not 2022. And they just keep getting better and better. And there's even like all the sequels coming out, all the original movies coming out. It's just been awesome. I wanted to review The Monkey. I went and watched that. Holy shit, what a movie. But I just never got around to it. So, yeah, expect more of that for sure.
Hey everybody, welcome back to JT channel. I've got some copyright-free music playing in the background, so you guys don't have to hear Mickey and the Roadster Racers, but I just wanted to come on here. I know I just released a video for Doom, and that's awesome, but we just hit 100 subscribers. I don't even want to build up to it. I had to come on here and make this video because...
So I just wanted to talk about this for a second. This was November 27th of last year, just over a year ago. We hit 100 subscribers, and you can see I'm starting to get this look going. Will you light up? Growing my hair out and let my beard be a decent thing. But this was, I still remember my emotions that day. I think I teared up pretty hard. It was just, it meant the world to me that we hit 100 subscribers in just under a year. I know that it's not perfect. I know that 100 subscribers doesn't seem like a lot. That did not work. Let me try this here. I'm going to come straight in the frame. That should fix it. No. There, now I'm unlocked. But yeah, it was, even now I'm getting emotional again. And like I said, now we're at 154. We've been up to 156. I think maybe even 157 or 158. But, people come here, they see how I do my videos, and they leave. And that's understandable. But this was such a huge moment. November of 2024, November 27th, just about a month before I hit 1 year, we hit 100 subscribers. So thank you guys for that. Thank you to the first 100. I'm always going to remember that, the first 100, right? That was a big deal. And I'm hoping next year that, we can build it. We've been at 154-ish for a couple of months now, and I have some plans, like I said, with shorts and whatnot and certain content to hopefully get that number up. So here's a couple of big ones. I did a bloopers video because I used to keep my fails in instead of deleting them, I would keep them. But I eventually got to the point where getting rid of those is easier because it saves room on my phone. Unboxing a D&D starter set. Some of you may be wondering, you unboxed a D&D. I cannot get this lighting to work. Some of you may be wondering, oh, you unboxed a D&D starter set. Where is your D&D videos? Me and my wife started the D&D campaign that came with that set. We played once. And it was pretty obvious that she wasn't as into it as I was. And while I know a bunch of people that would love to play D&D with me, they don't live close enough, or the classic, there's an thesaurus, or the classic, we can never come up with a proper day to meet up. So maybe one day we'll do D&D on the channel, but unfortunately it's just not going to be anytime soon, I don't think. And then here's my Christmas Day vlog last year. We're not going to rewatch that because that's the vlog where the audio is crap by the end of it. Here's my first year on YouTube recap, which was really fun. I played a bunch of Sega Genesis games. I'm not doing that this year. We're just going to do kind of a retrospective. This is important because, here's my bowl. You want to watch me bowl? Watch that. This is important because I have bad news and then really, really good news. Bad news is, remember when I said I want to play Unreal Tournament 3 on the channel? Both of our PlayStation 3 controllers crapped out on the exact same day. We had one of our own. It was purple. It had like stars on it. And it, for some reason, started to just flash to connect to a PlayStation without us trying, and it wouldn't stop until it died. And then an orange and black one that we got with the PlayStation, one of the analog sticks just broke. And I wasn't being crazy with it. It just broke. So that's the bad news. The good news is, as of today, in a couple of hours, we should be delivered to in shape PS3 controllers, to pristine PS3 controllers. Ordered them off Amazon or something. So from bad news to immediately to good news, we're getting 2 PS3 controllers. I will be able to play Unreal Tournament 3. Absolutely ecstatic about that. And no, that is not the big announcement. Quick reminder of these videos. No Man's Sky and Balatro. I played a ton of No Man's Sky. We'll figure out how many videos it is right now while we're talking. Here's me winning a run with Balatro. 51 views, man. I think I played like 17 videos of No Man's Sky or something. Well, No Man's Sky got interrupted by Doom Eternal. Yeah, there's part 6, and then I think I went back to it eventually. Hold on. Remember when John Cena turned heel? Real quick, this was another sad one for me. Inscription. Nobody watched that. 15 views for the first video, 3 for the second. I really liked Inscription, and I was hoping you guys would be into it. It's fine. I still played the absolute out of it. But you can see here's where I announced that I was going to play all 3 of those. I was going to get back to No Man's Sky, Doom, and then play Inscription. Made me sad that you guys weren't as into it as I was. It's a good game. So yeah, down here, this video is part 17 of playing No Man's Sky, making an impossible decision. Where here, see this? These videos, I talked about this one earlier. You have my review of No Man's Sky because I made my decision, and then my wife and I versus the Ender Dragon, which was awesome. Only 2 views. Go watch that video. Go watch us fight the Ender Dragon. Go. What are you doing? Come back when you're done. Remember where you left off. Of course, there's a ton of MAW stuff here. I reviewed The Conjuring Universe, if you're interested, before the new movie came out. I haven't watched that yet, so that'll be fun. And then that's where I started playing Skyrim again. Look at this. 8 views? Oops, I'm going the wrong way. 1 view. 1 view. So I stopped recording. I'm still playing Skyrim when I can, but it's just, it happens a lot. It's hard for me to explain. It doesn't bother, oh God. There we go. It doesn't bug me that videos don't get a lot of views. It's just if they're not getting views, I'm going to just stop and keep playing the videos on my own, or playing the games on my own. So just remember that, like, it's still a variety channel. I'm still going to play whatever I feel like playing. But if you guys aren't interested, I'll know. And then, like I said, I won't watch or I won't play it anymore. This video is important to me. Professional wrestling is dangerous. Again, I trained for 8 months and I got hurt multiple times. No surgeries or anything, but I got knocked silly one time. I really hurt my leg. I really hurt my arm. It makes me mad when wrestlers get hurt for real during wrestling matches, and wrestling fans, assholes, grifters, whatever you want to call them, go on the internet and complain and blame people. Accidents happen. I know that the time I got knocked silly and had to sit out for the rest of training was partially my fault. I just realized my daughter handed me Caddy Noir. It was partially my fault because I had so much energy going in to this clothesline class we were doing at this guy that was 3 times my size, not fat, all muscle, and like 6 inches taller than me. I ran as hard as I could into this guy's basically clothesline from hell, which means I went kabamo and hit my head on the mat. So that was my fault. Thankfully, there were trained professional wrestlers there. Jacob Gill and Tom Latimer, if you're wondering. And Jacob Gill had me go sit for a while and kept an eye on me. So again, pro wrestling is dangerous. Don't be stupid.
Hey everybody, before the video starts, this is Future JT here. The song we just ended with is right there. I forgot to mention in the intro that there will be timestamps in the description. So if you're curious about what songs are in here and you want to jump to certain
First time I ever used
songs,
timestamps, I think.
in the description.
One of the first times for sure.
I started the video off like that. So enjoy the very first episode of Drop and Shred. It's got some good shit in it. And I swore before the first minute. So, alright. Enjoy the video.
There you have it. Remember this? Drop and shred. Get back into frame. Unlock. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. Yes, the very first episode of Drop and Shred where I had to insert a small intro because I had forgotten to put timestamps in, or I did put timestamps in the video, but I forgot to tell you guys. Where did Drop and Shred go? It was hard to keep up with. It's that simple. Every Friday, I was supposed to come on here, react to a bunch of new music. I got copyright claims all the time, never strikes. I never got in trouble or anything like that. This first episode does have a banger on it. Has a few bangers, actually. We'll look through them. But it all started here. Let's go to the actual intro. Check this out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to JT Channel and welcome to a brand new project experiment here on the channel called Drop and Shred.
So I meant to say brand new series, but I'm an idiot. But you can see here, like I said, first time I ever really used timestamps, and we got Fearless by President, Not Enough Space, Waiting for You. That was awesome. Jessica Audifrid. I love this song. Subtronics, Friction, and P Money. It's called Legends. I still listen to it to this day. And this, Sudden Death, Yumi, and Excision. It's called Insane. I'm literally doing the same thing behind you. But yeah, so this was a fun series to... I'm trying to make it quick. Sorry about that. I'm trying to fix it. But, so yeah, basically it just got really hard to do. There was a week or two where there was nothing, where there wasn't anything I was interested in reacting to. And then we did the album review super episode where I reviewed just a bunch of albums that had come out. And I think that was the last one. There's plenty of music still coming out, but I just can't do this anymore. So if you guys want me to bring this back, I'm willing to do it in 2026. It might have to be like a scattered thing where I'm like, maybe it's just albums or big singles, not just like, oh, some band like fucking Zavleg. If you don't know who Zavleg is, keep it that way unless you really want to know. But to tell you who they are, they're a death metal band whose name is 52 letters long, and they just make insane music. And they know they make insane music. They know they're a meme. They know all that. But you guys aren't going to care about that. I'm not going to sit here and react to that on the channel. But other major bands that do that, maybe. Like Evanescence came out with that song with Spirit Box and Poppy. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go look up End of You immediately. I don't know why it happened that time. But, oh my God. I would turn on our overhead light to help that, but my son is asleep and I don't want to jolt him awake with the light. So I might have to sit kind of close to the screen for a second. But anyway, yeah, it just didn't work out. It was a fun show to do, but I just couldn't keep it up, unfortunately. I hate it when that happens. So here's a couple of really big videos that are more recent. These two especially. Well, there's one down here that's really important too. So let's go ahead and pop over to those. My domestic violence video. It's got 21 views. If you haven't seen it, I'd appreciate you watching it. I'm just going to leave it there. My dead meat video. They reached a certain number of kill counts. I think it was 500. I was congratulating them. Here's some big ones that I feel like need more views, so I'm going to push them here. My VHS segment tier list. Yes, it's almost 2 hours long, but it was really fun to do, to go through every single segment and rank them. Had a blast doing it. And then right next to it, I've talked about this video a lot. I'm talking about it again. Hail to the King Gold Rush, 2 hours and 2 minutes. Such a fun show. Probably the most fun I've ever had doing MAW. I mean that. Yes, there's a match on there where I kind of get frustrated because it's never ending and I try to play it and it's still hard to make it end. But other than that, blast. And I don't know how we broke even. I did not mean to break even. But both of those things are really important. Here, well, really it was here. I started doing videos in my car, but here is where I decided I was probably going to do more like that. Let me go ahead and get out of, if you haven't seen this, checking in, I'm still here. It's only got 6 views, understandable. But that's where I decided, look, I'm going to do some videos in my car because I'm busy, I work. I have to leave my home at 6:15 in the morning. I do not get home until 5 p.m., 4:45 at the earliest, maybe 4:40. And our dinner time is between 5 and 5:30. So I get home, I go, and then maybe change my pants, and then we have to make dinner. And then after dinner, I usually want to spend time with my family because I've been at work all day. So making videos in my car during lunchtime is a lot easier. I can just sit there and talk, and I have an hour to do so, and it takes me 20 minutes to eat. So see what I mean? That's why I decided to start doing that, and all this wrestling stuff at the end of the year, John Cena, all that. My most recent video that I released on Christmas Eve, it was supposed to be on Christmas Day, my top 20 wrestlers of the year. So there it is. Again, I don't see, it doesn't say how many videos I actually have on my channel here, but I know it's a lot. It's well over 400 videos. Point is, it has been awesome. It has been so much fun to do this for 2 years. I've still got more videos to come out after this one. We've got MAW this weekend, and next week you guys are getting my top 15 matches and my top 10 shows of the year. Excuse me, before we move on to 2026, which I am very, very excited about. So I know I said we might do some stuff on this video, but I just wanted to do a retrospective of the last 2 years. I hope that this is better than my 1 year reaction video. And I'm kind of turning into Big Juicy. That's his name on YouTube. I'm kind of turning into him. It's me reacting to me, but I'm also reacting to my old stuff. And then next year, there'll be even more stuff to do, and so on and so forth. And 2026, Unreal Tournament 3 will be on here. More PS3 games just for fun, probably. Whenever I can play, I know I mentioned Dispatch. I would love to play Dispatch. Its popularity is still pretty high. I don't think it's going to go down anytime soon. And I mentioned I have 2 new shows coming next year. This is the big announcement. We're doing the horror show, where once a week I am going to be reviewing horror movies, just watching them, and then coming on here and talking to you guys about them. And I'm going to be reviewing old wrestling shows, because I think it's fun. I've been rewatching retro ups and downs from What Culture. I've had this idea for a long time. While I'm still not going to reveal the names of the shows, due to the simple fact that I don't want someone to see it and steal it, and I don't have a copyright, what I can tell you is that I have wholeheartedly decided on the first show I'm going to cover on my Pro Wrestling Throwback show. And it is, that's right, WrestleMania 6. This is such a huge memory for me as my cat comes to see me. You guys want to see Persephone? There she is. My cat. But I've thought about this a lot. While I don't even know when I'm going to do this, it could be 2 or 3 months from now, I am set in stone that I'm going to be covering WrestleMania 6. one of my earliest memories, while this event took place while I was, not born. I think let's check when this came. It should be in the description. Let's see. It's the Ultimate Challenge. No, it doesn't say when it was. But point is, I'm pretty sure WrestleMania 6 was before I was born. But the point is, I remember watching Hogan and Warrior title for title and thinking it was the best match ever. Then I grew up and watched it and realized it was a match with 5 moves that just happened a bunch. But the crowd really makes it. I don't know what the rest of the card is like. I haven't looked. But when my Pro Wrestling Throwback show begins, the very first episode will be WrestleMania 6. So look forward to that. So with that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching, so much for subscribing, so much for being here for 2 years. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to in 2026. Are you excited that I'm covering WrestleMania 6? Is the rest of the WrestleMania 6 card any good? I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm keeping myself away from it until I watch it because I want to be surprised. It's funny because this is the... Ow. I just got bit. This is the full video on YouTube. The whole show is on YouTube. So maybe I don't want it on YouTube. My son is starting to wake up, so I have to go. But I'm looking forward to 2026. Don't forget, I got a few more videos coming out this year. And we got some big stuff planned for next year. So until next time, this is JT Channel. I am JT. Here's to many more years of JT Channel. And I will see you in the next one.